Hi everyone, Adam with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yakima Bedrock HD rail system on our 2019 Toyota Tacoma. So what we're going to do in this video is just go over some of the features of these bars and also just go and show you how it interacts with the vehicle specifically. Also, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install them and give you my 2 cents about this product. So we did pick the 68-inch bars for our Tacoma truck bed, and it does fit pretty nicely. There are some longer ones we could get, but as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of overhang, and it just seems to be the best fit for this vehicle here. So we are going to have an aluminum construction, so they're going to be extremely light compared to some of the steel, and it's going to naturally resist against rust and corrosion, but they did throw a nice clean looking powder coat on it as well. A little gritty, gives it a little kind of a mean looking style to it. And the nice thing about this is we do have T-Track, so any T-Track accessory is going to be able to fit in here, and we don't have to remove our caps. There's a screw underneath that would take them off, but we would have to remove the rails to do so. This way, all we have to do is just take this rubber up and trim it back to size. And that's just going to be, it's just going to make it really easy to put stuff on and off of these rails, which I'm definitely a fan of. But other than that, we can just go ahead and go over some of the things we can put on here. I've seen a lot of people maximize their bed because on this Tacoma here, it's not the biggest bed. It's not as wide as your full-size trucks, and it's not as long either. This is a short bed version as well, so being able to maximize that is always a plus. A lot of people do a larger cargo carrier. We actually have an extremely large one here at eTrailer, the eTrailer cargo carrier, and that pretty much doubles the capacity of your bed. So if you really want to maximize the bed space that you have, maybe you want to put a cargo carrier on there. Also, we do have a lot of different bike racks we can put on there as well, and with having 68 inches of bar space, we'll probably be able to fit quite a bit of bikes on there too. We have a kayak carrier. You can have all sorts of different type of T-Track accessories that go on there as well. So like I said, endless possibilities with these rails, and at the end of the day, they look pretty cool. So these are extremely easy to install in my opinion, and one thing that we just need to make sure of is we just need to make sure they're going to be spread out at least 2 feet, and also the maximum spread is going to be about 45¼ inches. But let's just go ahead and show you guys how to do it. So first things first, there's a couple things we need to take care of. One, we need to take our bar and remove this cap. We're going to use the tool here, take out this little screw, and what this is going to allow us to do is take that cap off, and it might be easier just to turn it over to get that bolt out. Now, slide that off. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put this one on backwards. This is how it's supposed to go. I'm going to put this one on backwards just so I only have to take off one cap and slide it to that side. Then we're going to go ahead and put this one on the right way and slide it to this side. And then you can go ahead and replace your cap and screw. Ooh. All right. And tighten that back down. So I already actually went ahead and installed the front bar, and I got a measurement of about 56. As you can see, we do have nice measurements here. So I'm going to start about there, and then we can go ahead and tighten down this bolt here. That's just going to suck that T-Track to that bar just so it doesn't go anywhere. We're going to do that for the other side as well. So now will be a good time to just kind of give it a test fit and see if everything kind of lines up, and it seems to be pretty much good. So now we can go ahead and move to step 2 of the prep work we need to do, and that includes our feet right here. This is going to be our end product. So on our Tacoma here, we do have rails on the inside of our bed. So out of the box, these are going to come like this. You can see the difference. Of course, we're going to be able to get underneath that track system with the extension, so we're going to do that. All you got to do is just take the tool that comes with your kit. There's going to be a little bolt here. We're going to undo that. And once we undo it, it is going to have some Loctite on it, so it's not too easy to get off, but once you do, you're fine. Okay, so we're going to set this bolt to the side, because we will reuse that. And this is just going to pop right off, like so. And we are going to have to use this as well, so we want to take this off. And we won't be using this piece, so we can put that back in the box. So now, one thing we want to do is notice how the hooks are like this. We're going to have a rounded side and a 90-degree side. The 90-degree side is going to have a nice shape to it, and that shape is going to fit perfectly into here, but we don't want it to be facing that way. We want this part to be underneath those hooks. Let's put it in there like that, as you can see, and then you can replace that bolt. Now we can go ahead and thread this in through the bottom here. And then we'll have a little topper for it. And it's going to have a little softer pad on top, so it's not going to damage the underneath of our rails. So now that all that's done, now we're going to put it on our bed. So just go ahead, plop this on there, like so. We can get going. So the first thing we want to do when we're doing this is just lift that up like so. As you can see, it gives it a little micro adjustment there. So by doing that, we're going to go into these slots. There's going to be the center one and one to the right and left. We're going to go to the bigger gaps to the right and left of those, like that. It'll fit right in, just like that. And now we can go ahead and just start twisting this with our hands. But be sure to keep this up, because once we get it nice and snug to the bottom of this rail, then we're going to finish it up with lowering that lever. You want to get it pretty tight with your hands to where you can't really turn it much more, like that, and then do it like that. Nice and solid, give it a good wiggle. We'll do the same exact thing for the other side. Well, everyone, that just about does it for a look at the Yakima Bedrock HD truck bed rail system on our 2019 Toyota Tacoma.